Hey, hey, it's Jess, your beauty BFF, and I'm here with your simple tip for the week. Today's tip is on how to deep clean your makeup brushes. We talked recently about what I do when I don't have time to clean my brushes, and it's a lifesaver for me. But I often hear from women like, how often should I deep clean them and what do you use? So here's what you want to do. I highly recommend a deep clean once a week. Now, when I first started in this business, I could not even imagine cleaning my brushes once a week. Like, what? But over time, as I've kind of just like built it into my life, I can't imagine not. And usually halfway through the week, I'm like, when do I get to clean these? Because they just perform so well when they're clean. And in addition, you're avoiding the risk of a lot of eye infections and things that can just be problematic building up in your brushes. Not to mention that when the products are layered on top of each other, especially liquid products, it's harder to get them out. The more that you pound onto the brush, the deeper it goes, the harder it is to clean. And you start having color change because it's drying out and it's getting old. And so you're not going to get the true color of your foundation or of your concealer or even of your eyeshadows, especially if you try to do contouring. It just isn't going to look good. So my brush cleaner is my lifesaver through the week, but even that is a product. And so it's building up that cleaning agent over the week. So you got to get it out. So here's what you want to do when it's deep cleaning day. These are dirty brushes. You can see they've been used, there's stuff on them. So what you want to do is go to the kitchen sink and I lay a towel out next to the sink and then I get the dish soap out. It doesn't matter what brand, just dish soap because it cuts through grease and it cuts through grimy stuff. And so what I do is I simply turn the water on warm but not hot, and not cold. Warm will help kind of soften things up. And I pour a little bit of dish soap into my hand. Then I take a brush at a time and I just kind of go like this and get it all lathered up. And you see all the colors start melting. And then I'm gonna rinse it under the water. And I'm gonna start just gently, literally gently, like pressing like this as the water's running through and then brushing like this. So I'm not tearing or tugging. And most importantly, you don't want to get this part wet where the wood connects to the brush head piece. If that gets wet, that wears it down and eventually that brush is going to come apart. So that's the crucial thing. Now with my foundation brushes and my concealer brushes, because these things get really gross, what I actually love to do is I rinse through them. They're usually not clean yet. So I just grab a glass cup and I put just a tiny bit of water and some soap in there, and then I'll put it down in there and I'll wiggle it around and then I'll leave it and I'll let it soak for a minute. I'm not pushing it down to where it's bending the bristles. It's just barely resting in there and just letting that dish soap kind of get in and do some work. And then I'll swirl it around some more and then I'll rinse it again under the water. Once you have it rinsed and it's clean to your satisfaction, you're going to take that dish towel and you're just going to press onto those bristles to get out any extra water. And then you lay them flat to dry. If you're able to, lay them to where the brush bristles are hanging over the edge of your counter. So it's like this. That way, these maintain their correct shape. You don't want to get some weird malformed brushes. That's not fun. So that's how you're going to clean your brushes. And you need about 24 hours for them to dry. Sometimes maybe 18 hours. So my goal is on whatever day I'm washing them, I try to wash them after I get ready or in the middle of the afternoon. That way they have all afternoon and evening and through the night to dry before I need to get ready the next day. So that is how to deep clean your brushes. It will take about 10 to 15 minutes depending on how many brushes you have, that once a week. But I promise you, if you get used to that, you will fall in love. And then through the week, your brush cleaner can help you keep that residue off and keep them functioning well until the next weekend. So there's my simple tip for the week. Get those brushes clean. You will notice the difference.